To be happy in life, we don't need a lot. But to show others that I'm happy, I'm successful, we need a lot. I repeat, this is a very deep point. To show people that I'm happy, I'm successful, we need a lot. But to actually be happy, we don't need a lot. सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? ये सुना? सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? What will those people think about me if my son or daughter don't go to grammar school? What will they think if I don't have a big wedding? What will they think if I'm not celebrating my kid's birthday very lavishly? What will they think if I don't have a 4-bedroom house? What will they think if my son is just doing an ordinary schooling? And to show to others that I am successful, we spend so much of time and effort to feel that I'm successful in life. School में show and tell होता है. You know, show and tell बच्चों के स्कूल में होता है ना, show and tell. अपना जीवन भी show and tell ही है. Our life is show and tell. Look who am I, how much I have. सबके फेस में सब उदासी क्यों दिख रही है? This is about happiness. This is our story. Yes or yes? There's no no. Yes, this is our story. And this comes when we don't have the right philosophical understanding. So what was the first sutra? Whatever is on our plate, we should be happy. The second sutra is, whatever income or wealth we have, we should always be happy. Right? Contentment is the biggest wealth. Contentment is the biggest wealth. This particular 4 words, 5 words, this has personally changed my thought process. This 5 words. Contentment is the biggest wealth. Please repeat after me. Contentment is the biggest wealth. If you are content with what you have today, then there's no need to acquire something tomorrow. But if we think by acquiring something more, I will be happy, then that day is never going to come. Right? So this sutra, contentment is the biggest wealth, has changed my perspective of life personally. It has changed my thought process. I'm not saying कि पैसे नहीं बनाना है. I'm never going to say that. Making money is important to keep the body and soul together. But by making money, I will be happy. That conception is wrong, is what I'm challenging.
Need and want.
Yes. So the formula to be happy is accept your current circumstances in your life and lower your expectation. 2 things. Accept your current circumstances in your life and lower your expectation. अगर ये 2 चीज कर सकते हैं, then your life will completely change. Lower your expectation. From attachment comes expectation. From expectation comes frustration. I repeat. From attachment comes expectation, and from expectation comes frustration. We are not attached to our neighbors. We are not attached to other people. And because we are not attached to them, I don't have expectation from them. And because I don't have expectation from them, I'm not frustrated. But the moment we have attachment, and from attachment comes expectation, that itna to tu mere liye karna chahiye. And if that doesn't happen, then what immediately comes? You get frustration. And this is where the relationship issues starts. Between spouses, between parents, between the in-laws and whatever. I won't go into that. Are we all on the same page? So lower your expectation. By just lowering your expectation, if you can be happy, that is the easiest way to be happy. And accept your current circumstances in your life. Whatever current circumstances we have, it is for our ultimate benefit. And we have ordered it. If I go to a hotel and I say, can I have 1 idli and 2 dosas? What are they going to get for me? 1 idli and 2 dosas, correct? Ayani. Similarly, whatever we are getting today is what we have ordered because of our previous karmas. I've ordered something, I'm getting something. So my circumstances in my life is the order which I have placed. In a hotel, it takes 10-15 minutes to get an idli dosa. The laws of karma work slightly differently. Something is immediate karma, something is delayed karma. We won't go into that as of now. So lower your expectation is very, very important. People are so busy nowadays, they're completely tension mein hote hain. Tension. At least you guys are in Bendigo. While I was coming in Bendigo, I thought, itna chota hai, so nice community, such a 5-7 kilometers, I think. We came and I thought, that's it. Melbourne is so big. Right? We have people in Melbourne working 2 jobs and 3 jobs, and wife is working and husband is working 2 jobs, and kids are in daycare, after care, before care, and no care. Right? Running around. भागा भागी 2 रोटी सब्जी खाने के लिए भागा भागी, है ना? What for? It's a question. There's no. I'm not going to give you an answer. But think about it. What for? Right? एक बार I heard this somewhere. पहले जिंदगी में टेंशन हुआ करती थी. अभी टेंशन में जिंदगी बाकी है. This is a reality of life. पूरा दिन fear, anxiety, stress, इसका क्या, उसका क्या. Last week, I was cooking in the temple and a devotee came and told me, today, आज मेरी बाट लगने वाली है. बोला क्या हो गया? When I bought the house, it was for 1.8%. Today it's going to come out of the fixed loan of 2 years. Today it's going to be 6%. I don't know how am I going to pay the mortgage. From 1.8%, now it is, I think, is it around 6%? I don't know. Is it, yes, is it 6%? Is it? Okay.
Even take 6 plus minus.
Okay. So much of stress, right? So much of stress. So most of the time, where do we invest? So Gujaratis, can you raise your hand again? 1, 2, sab aage wala. Arey bhai. So if you have to buy a share of BHP or Tesla, and if you know that share is going to go to $0, are you ever going to buy it?
I'm not interested in shares, but
Property, chalo na bhai, property wale, commodity. Right? Okay, if you buy a property that's going to go to $0, are you going to buy it? If you buy a share of BHP or Rio Tinto or bank or whatever, blue chip, right? If it's going to go down to $0, are you ever going to buy it? Why? Nuksan ma jai che, paku, barabar. Similarly, everything at the time of death, all the health, all the wealth, all the name, all the beauty, all the fame is going to get taken away in 1 second from us. Everything what we are acquiring, which we believe belongs to me, my house, my car, my life, my degrees, my wealth, is going to be taken away from me in 1 second, half a second. So 99% of our time is being spent on a body which is going to die very soon. 99% of our time we are spending on a body which is going to die soon. And the soul which is eternal, the soul which is me, which is you, how much of a time are we spending on it? It's again a question. Gujus, wake up. And everybody else can wake up as well. Where is our investment? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Swalpa api apyasya dharmasya. Even little investment in bhakti remains yours eternally. So if you have, Gopal, you go to engineering college, right? First year engineering, right? What do you study? Mechanical. So Gopal is doing mechanical engineering. If he completes mechanical engineering in this life and next life, he comes to Melbourne Uni and he says, last life I completed mechanical engineering. Can I take master's admission in this life directly? What will they say? No. Why? Because you have to start all over again. But Krishna is so merciful. Krishna, he is so merciful. He says, whatever you do in bhakti, that remains yours eternally. So where is the profit? Rokda kahan pe? That is a question. Where do we actually have to invest? That is a question for deep introspection. Third, Third point, whatever spouse you have, we should be happy with it. Very difficult. सब हंस रहे. Controversial point है ये तो. सब एक दूसरे को देख रहे आज भी. Whatever spouse you have, you should be satisfied. Very. Right? You cannot change that because the spouse which we have has been ordered by us from our previous karma. Right? So whatever spouse we have, if we are not happy with it, and if we think by having that spouse or that husband or that wife, if we are going to be happy, again we are coming into trap number 1, compare, criticize and complain. We are never going to be happy. So the best thing is accept, lower your expectation and be satisfied. Very, very simple. Bhakti is simple for simple people, complicated for complicated people. Similarly, life is simple for simple people, complicated for complicated people. And unfortunately, many times we have made our life very, very complex. So these are the 3 things we should always be satisfied. Now the next 3 things which we are going to discuss, we should never be satisfied. We should never be satisfied. The first thing which should never be satisfied is Swadhyay. Swadhyay means study of scriptures. Study of scriptures. The moment we study scriptures, the first understanding we will have is we have a horizontal relationship and we have a vertical relationship. Horizontal relationships are relationship with friends, family, colleagues, and these are very important. So we have a horizontal relationship and then we have a vertical relationship with the Lord. We have a vertical relationship with the Lord. Most of the time what we do, we invest in horizontal relationship only and there's no investment in vertical relationship. We don't even accept a vertical relationship many times, and even if we accept, we don't invest enough. And when there is no balance between horizontal and vertical relationship, the life is damadol. Then that's where the problem begins. When there's no enough investment in horizontal and vertical, that's where the problem happens. If we invest too much in vertical, bhakti, bhakti, bhakti ki, or family and friends, and if we ignore everything, that is also wrong. But if we only focus on horizontal relationships and if we don't invest in vertical relationship, then that is absolutely wrong. Because at the time of death, everything is going to be multiplied by 0. If you multiply everything by 0, what happens? 0. If you divide anything by 0, 0. Add anything with 0, doesn't change. Right? So everything at the time of death is going to be multiplied by 0 except for bhakti. Except for bhakti, everything is going to be 0. So why not invest time in understanding, reading Shastras? I have got one set of Srimad Bhagavatam today. If anybody would like to have it, please take it home. There is no difference between Krishna and Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the topmost philosophical book which you can ever touch. So many people have heard about Bhagavad Gita but never read it. Many people have heard about Srimad Bhagavatam but they never have it. Just by inviting, by having Bhagavad Gita at home, by Bhagavatam at home, the whole house characteristics and consciousness will change. Just by having them, let alone opening them and applying it to your life. It is such a powerful book. So if I can request you to take, Aruna Mataji has some books at the back, the Bhagavad Gita. If I can request everybody to take 4 or 5 copies of Bhagavad Gita. Not only for yourself, give it to your friends and family. पूरी जिंदगी में हम क्या करते हैं? अपने बारे में सोचते हैं. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 68th verse, he says, anybody who distributes this knowledge is the most dearest servant to me. If you give $10 to someone, he will eat and forget. If you give some knowledge, that person will always be happy. So Bhagavad Gita, Swadhyay, the scriptural study gives you that knowledge. So my humble request to all of you, when you go out, take some books for your kids, and especially take some copies of Bhagavad Gita. Even if you have it, take it and give it to others. Give the copies to others. Because when we go to someone's house, we take some chocolates or fruits or whatever we take, that will not last long. But if you give a copy of Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, that will be forever. So it's very, very important. In the Vedic injunctions, if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. In the Purane Zamane mein kya tha? If wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. But if character is lost, everything is lost. But nowadays, if character is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. And if wealth is lost, loudly, if wealth is lost, everything is lost. So this is our mentality. So life without character is life without consciousness. So we should have the right consciousness. And that consciousness comes from association of saintly people. What you have over here, you're very, very fortunate. I have been in Melbourne for many, I came in 1999. I'm a 1999 model, right? I came in 1999. And we have many programs in Melbourne. We call Bhakti Vrikshas. We have many programs in Melbourne. We have almost 30 houses in Melbourne, different suburbs, where people come and gather like this every Friday night. But we don't have something similar in Geelong or Ballarat. But all of you are very fortunate that by the mercy of Prabhupada, by Krishna, we have a program running at Anshul Prabhu's house and Aruna Mataji's, facilitated by Puneet Prabhu. Every Friday they have a program on the similar topics. So my humble request to all of you, please go and attend these programs. This will change our life, not only our life, the life of the kids. These kids who you see are sitting over here, Gopal and Pavitra Kirti Prabhu, they have been attending these programs with their parents from childhood. That is the reason they're not in nightclubs or not in a footy match at the moment. They're sitting over here. They could have done so many other things. So my humble request, associate with saintly peoples, and you have been provided that facility over here right in Bendigo. So please go and take this opportunity and change your life. So study Shastras, and that facility has been provided. So never be satisfied कि नहीं बहुत पढ़ लिया. I've read Bhagavad Gita enough, or Bhagavatam enough, or have associated enough. No. The more we do, the more we are better off. Second, seva. Try to serve. Try to serve. People say Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. Right? But we say both. Madhav Seva is necessary and Manav Seva is also necessary. People ignore the creator and they focus on creation. People ignore the creator. Madhav Seva ki koi zarurat nahi hai. Manav Seva karo. No, but we say, Krishna says, Manav Seva and Madhav Seva. Both is important. And when we say about Manav Seva, we are not talking about the body. We are talking about the soul. And soul can only be happy when it is serving Madhav. So try to serve people in such a way that is helping you. Because the nature of the soul is to serve. The nature of the soul is to serve. You either serve Maya or you either serve Krishna. That is a choice. Every second we are making a choice. Between birth and death, between B and D, what is there? C. Between birth and death, we have C. B and D, right? The C represents the choice what we are making every second. So if you make a right choice, then rather than serving Maya, you can serve Krishna, which is the purpose of life. The goal of human form of life is not sense gratification, it is self-realization. The goal is to realize who we are, what is the purpose of life, where am I coming from, where am I going. You're 11 years old, correct? Where were you 15 years ago?
Up there?
Where? On the sea. No. Where are you going to be after 100 years? In the ground, right? So these are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Where am I coming from? Where am I going? And if we don't ask this question, dharmo hi ena pashu bhi samana. Dharmo hi ena pashu bhi samana. What does it mean? If we don't ask these questions, then pashu bhi samana. That means we are no worse than animals. If you go and ask a dog or a cow or a cat, they will not be able to answer this question. Where am I coming from? Where am I going? Where will I go after 15, 20 years? They have no answers. And if we do not have these answers, then dharmo hi ena pashu bhi samana. And we are not pashus. We are not animals. God has given us intelligence to inquire about this. So what is the first thing we should never be satisfied with? Scriptures, thank you. Second? Seva, very good. And the third and last, we should never be satisfied with swasthya, that is health, which is what Mataji mentioned. So we have two types of health. One is a physical health and one is mental health. Now, we have some doctors over here, we have a dentist. Where do we have most problems? Mentally or physically? Mentally. And especially after COVID, a very, very good friend of mine, he's a director in Medibank Private Insurance, hai na? He's in a very high position, very close friend of mine. We came together over here many years ago. And he said, after COVID, the mental challenges and the amount of money which Medibank is giving out as a payment has increased 5 times. So mental challenges are such high, very, very high mental challenges. Pata bhi nahi hota ki I'm going through a mental challenge. All the anxiety, all the stress, all the depression which we are going through, is it physical or mental? Where do we have the most challenge? In the mental or physical level? Mental level. No matter, he's very good point. He's saying depends upon your age. My son, and obviously many kids, after year 8, in schools now, they have psychological counseling. I never heard that. अपने ज़माने में कभी नाम भी नहीं सुना था मैंने. Psychological counseling for year 8, year 9. 8 साल के बच्चे, not year 8. 8-9 साल के लड़कों को psychological counseling स्कूल में दिया जाता है. Can you believe this? काउंसलिंग ही नहीं थी. हमारे सिर्फ क्रिकेट खेलते थे और पिक्चर देखते थे. जो मम्मी पापा ने बोला, दैट इज काउंसलिंग. बाकी सब बकवास. Right? So we talked about the problem. We are talking about the solution now, and I'll finish in next 5 minutes. So to have a mental balance, there's a 4-step process which we recommend in a nutshell. First, associate with saintly people. Satsang mein jao. You have this facility over here. I'm telling you again, I work in Melbourne's temple in Bhakti Viksha board committee, right? And I can tell you in Geelong, in Ballarat, wo jagah pe we are trying to establish this Bhakti Viksha model. वहाँ पे for some reason or another नहीं हो रहा है. मेलबर्न में बहुत है, but Bendigo में अंशुल प्रभु and Aruna Mataji, they have opened their heart and the home for people like us to come there. Please go there, take their association. We have Swayam Sampurna Prabhu, who is a very, very educated, very, very scholarly, philosophically devotee. He comes and gives a class. Please go and associate. खाना मिलेगा, प्रसाद मिलेगा, भक्तों का संग होगा, और क्या चाहिए जीने के लिए, है ना? Actually, what do we need? Some social circle. Loudly. Food, water and love. The love, we have unlimited love because भक्तों के संग में प्यार ही मिलेगा. Food मिल जाएगा, और क्या चाहिए? पानी तो हम ऐसे दे देते हैं. We are surrounded by water, so don't worry. So please try to. Second, worship God with correct understanding. भगवान कौन है? If I ask you who is the Prime Minister of India, who is the Prime Minister of India? Narendra Modi. But if you ask who is God, different people will give different answers. प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया कौन है पता है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ रशिया कौन है पता है, हाँ, क्रिकेट में क्या चल रहा है सब पता है, बट भगवान कौन है वो नहीं पता. भगवान को सब मानते हैं, भगवान की कोई नहीं मानता. यस बेटा.
You can also think of God as like, for example, I could think of my parents as God.
But by thinking your parents as God, they become God,
No.
right? So that's what I'm saying. We should not believe in God, we should know God. I repeat this, this is a very heavy point. The biggest problem is we believe in God, but we don't know God. And Bhagavad Gita, our Shastras, will reveal who is God. Just because हम इस्कॉन से है, इसीलिए कृष्णा को भगवान नहीं मानते. कृष्णा भगवान है, इसीलिए हम इस्कॉन में हैं. छाती ठोक के बोलता हूं. With all the love, affection and pride we say Krishna is God. How many of us can say this? How many of us have this knowledge? And if we have knowledge, what are we doing about it? Nothing, correct. भगवान को सब मानते हैं, लेकिन भगवान की कोई नहीं मानता. This is our unfortunate situation. I work in IT and we say garbage in, garbage out. Anybody in IT? हाथ ऊपर करो. Only 1, 2, 3, okay, चलो यार. We say ना garbage in, garbage out. प्रोग्रामिंग का लैंग्वेज, दिस इज जो डालोगे वही निकलेगा. अगर हमें पता नहीं है कि भगवान कौन है, तो हमारे बच्चों को कैसा पता चलेगा? अंधे का पुत्र अंधा, ये किसने बोला था? अंधे का पुत्र अंधा. दिस इज व्हाट वी आर कल्टिवेटिंग इट इन आवर हाउस, इन आवर कल्चर, इन आवर फैमिली, इन आवर सोसाइटी. इफ पेरेंट्स डोंट बिलीव इन दिस, हाउ आर द किड्स गोइंग टू बिलीव? Isn't this revelation? And then we expect कि मेरा बच्चा ना, कौन था who picks up the kids? Shravan Kumar. You have heard of the story of Shravan Kumar? We want our kids to be Shravan Kumar, but the wife doesn't want the husband to be Shravan Kumar. Right? So we want our kids to be Shravan Kumar. माँ बाप के अच्छा ध्यान दे, but culture कौन देगा? Onus is on us. So the first, associate with saintly people. Second, worship God. Third, inquire philosophically for the real goal of life. What is the goal of life? You ask people. किसी को पता ही नहीं होता. What is the mission of life? What is the vision of your life? We work for companies which has vision and mission, but we don't have our own vision and mission. Think about it. I won't go in detail. And the fourth and easiest thing, if you don't understand anything of this, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just by chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, everything which we don't know, don't have, will be revealed in time. भगवान के नाम में इतनी ताकत है, सब कुछ बदल सकता है. If a small medicine, Panadol, which Mataji gives, Aruna Mataji gives, and it goes into the mouth, all the diseases can go away. The holy name of Krishna is much, much more powerful. So accept that, take it, try it. Try it, there's no contracts. Right. We'll stop here. I went 7-8 minutes above. Puneet Prabhu is looking at my eyes, so I better stop. Right. But I would like all of you to thank. You have been a wonderful audience. I haven't seen anybody dozing off, snoring, unless you have nudged someone next to you, right? So thank you so much. What we will do in the next 5-7 minutes, we'll go for a rapid fire round. And then if you have any questions, we will discuss that towards the tail end. Is that okay? 1 point from everybody. Okay? What is the key learning from today's discussion? We'll start with him.
Sat, Shit, and Kushi.
What is it?
The natures of
Soul. Soul. Sat Chit Anand. Thank you. Very good. No, very, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Anand. Prabhu, 1 point. What are the 3 C's? Next. What are the 3 C's? We're passing the parcel. Thank you. Yes, Mataji. Contentment is the biggest wealth. Yes.
Scriptures and know the God.
Yes. Read scriptures. Read Bible. Read Quran. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But read something and try to implement it. Thank you.
Soul happiness.
Soul means happiness. Thank you. Krishna is God.